Hi there, boys and girls. Today is Thursday. I just finished my first day as an official employee of this equipment rental company in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And it was not much different from what I saw during the first days. So actually those first days, and I still think they're gonna pay me like minimum wage or something for that, because of course, you know, you have to pay by law, I think, but they didn't mention anything. But I talked to other guys and they said, yeah, they should pay you like minimum wage at least. But so we did some deliveries, some pickups, you know, on the tilt and load truck, and then they switched us to the pickup truck. We went to pick up some scaffolding, of course, that, you know, heavy stuff, you know, frames, decks, braces, and sometimes they have those wheels. They're also pretty heavy, but you know, it's okay. The good thing is that because it's only one location here, it's not a franchise, so this company has only one location, and so quite often we drive very far. You know, like you load, okay, you work a little bit physically, but then you enjoy, you know, just drive. You turn your radio on, and you drive for like 25 or 30 or even 40 kilometers. You know, so I'm okay. So I gave all the paperwork they requested, you know, like the deposit information, filled out a bunch of tax forms. So I put it on the boss's table this morning, and now we're waiting. He sent, and I gave him my driver's abstract. And the only thing I have there is that I have that U-turn I got a ticket for, and they gave me 2 demerit points, but that's nothing. I just have to be careful and not get any more demerit points. But so he submitted that to his insurance company, and now we're waiting for the insurance company to approve me to be covered by their fleet insurance. You see, like insurance companies, they dictate basically who they can hire, who they cannot hire. And so once, because I asked the boss at the end of the day, I said, so am I driving tomorrow or not? Because today I was still with the same guy as what I did Tuesday. I was just shadowing a driver of a tilt and load 5-ton truck. And they said, no, we don't have a response from the insurance company yet, but I don't think they will find anything super suspicious in my file. I don't know. Like 5-ton truck, come on. Like you don't even need a, you know, special license. Like this guy that I've been shadowing, he's been there 4 years, and he only has class 5, which is like a regular class G in Ontario, basically a regular non-CDL license, and he just drives it because that truck has hydraulic brakes, like regular brakes, and it only has the air brake. It's only the parking brake. So I don't know, technically maybe you need air brakes endorsement Q, but this guy's been driving like that, no issues. He went through scales, you know, inspection stations. But I do have my 5Q, right? So I'm still waiting for that letter from Ontario. That's like the, you know, kind of like deal breaker. But for now I'm with these guys. They say summer is, you know, is their busiest season, so there can be some overtime, you know. So even though the pay is kind of like in the middle, not too bad but not too great, but you can get some hours. And I noticed, so today they gave me the employee number, so I was able to check out at 4 o'clock, and I noticed that they checked me in at 6:45, even though I thought they said 7 to 4, but he checked me in at 6:45, and then half an hour is not paid, the lunch break, and then 4. And I really like that. Yeah, okay, you start early, but you finish at 4 o'clock, you know. So now, for example, I have a couple of hours, because now my first paycheck will be like 3 weeks away, you know, maybe March 30th. So I need to make some money, just, you know, put food on the table. And so because I finished so early, I just want to go and see if I can make some bucks with you know, Uber or DoorDash. But the weather is nice, and my car is so dirty. I'm at the car wash. I tried to come here yesterday, and there was a lineup like 30 cars, And so I came today, there's again a line of 30 cars, and then I noticed they're in this lane where it says like some special wash, like hand wash. Where my lane, where it says touchless wash, there was nobody there. And so I came around the corner, and then I saw there was like 3 cars in front of me. So not too bad. But yeah, my Jeep looks so dirty, it's just ugly, because I drove through the snow, through the winter. So yeah, so those are the news. A friend of mine asked me to help sell him his truck. So if anybody is looking for a semi truck, it's a Peterbilt 389. Specs are available upon request, and also the trailer is a 7-axle 55-ton RGN. So it has a 3-axle Jeep, and you can remove 1 axle, turn it into a tandem. And it's a 3-axle Trail King, 55-ton with airlift on the last axle, 54-inch spacing, 28-foot deck, 18 inches loaded deck height, like very nice trailer. And it has a hydraulic flip, or you can turn it into a hydraulic booster, because the trailer comes with that, with the thing, with the bar to hook up, so you can easily turn the flip axle into a single axle booster. So you get 3 plus 3 plus 1. So that's what I mean by 7-axle. And the truck is a 4-axle truck, heavy spec. Big axles, and it has a lift axle. So very nice. Peterbilt, I think it's 2020. And the trailer is also 2020, but I think the Jeep is newer. The Jeep is like 21 or 22, something like that. So if anybody's interested, let me know. The trailer and truck are in the States. So that's what's going on. So yeah, so now it's basically tomorrow, again, the routine. Now I wake up at 5 o'clock because I don't want to do my exercises after work. So today I woke up at 5, I did my kettlebell exercises for 30 minutes, took a shower, packed my food, my tea, and drove to work and filled up on the way. And then yeah, I was there at 6:45 to 4. So it's nice, with this nice weather, I like it so far. So we'll see what the first paycheck will be like, but so now it's every day I'll be working, right? But they want to try, the boss mentioned there can be like 2 kind of like shifts you can choose, either, or maybe they'll be rotating, basically Monday through Friday or Tuesday through Saturday. And again, they said that in summertime, there can be some overtime pay, right? Which is time and a half, which is great. So I told them, I say, hey, I don't have a family, I don't have kids, so give me all the overtime you have. I just need to make money. So this is it. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy that I did that shadowing. So I had a pretty good idea what I'll be doing, because they had some issues, where they would hire people and they would leave like after a month. And so they started doing this kind of like extended 2-day interview, right? Where after 2 days you sit down with the boss and you say, okay, are you interested? Do you see yourself doing this? Or, so they don't want to give you any false hopes. And so I knew exactly what we'd be doing, except today we did kind of like a frost fighter. We did a couple of those heaters, and they came with 4 huge propane tanks. And those were like over 100 pounds each, but we had a dolly, and then the pickup truck has a power gate, a lift gate, So you just take a dolly, bring it to the power gate, lift it, and then you just roll it in the bed, put it vertically, strap it down. So no big deal. So I can do it. I did all this stuff much more difficult when I was moving heavy equipment, so I don't see a problem. So anyway, so that's the update. So again, Captain Sergei is back in the workforce, making the big bucks.